Good morning, Art-Alchemy. How are you? Today I am drinking some tea because I'm filming this ahead. So coffee up or drink some tea. It has dark anise, so it's actually chamomile, the Mexican kind. But today I'm gonna have a short and sweet video because I was trying to figure it out. I really want to do some really long stuff, but yeah, I'm pressed with time. I have for you this, we are gonna test this beautiful sketchbook. It is from Grabie. Remember that from the watercolor box that I got months back, and I did test the watercolors, and it comes with these two beautiful charms, the airplane and the key. I'm gonna put them down, but not today because I have to take the elastic thing off and stuff like that, so we're not doing that right now. I am gonna put my name in here. It's a little, I really like this sketchbook. It is cellulose, 100% cellulose, but I love the details, and this, like, I think it's like flat leather or something. It's really nice. It's nice and soft. It is, oh, I didn't realize it has this thing. I don't know what this is. Okay, so it had like a, almost like a little place card thing. Okay. I don't know what this is, but we're just gonna take that off. Yeah, and it has, I will refill this eventually with 100% cotton, but I do love the layout and all this stuff. I think maybe this, I don't know, did somebody take this off? Because it is hole punch, and it, oh, okay, no, I think they just placed it for, like, I don't know, for support or something. But I like the way that it has these pockets, craft pockets, and then it has this really long thing. That's why I thought that was part of this, but no, I really like it. So we're gonna watercolor here. Look, you guys, so remember, I keep my tints. If you ever buy stuff, artist grade, don't ever throw away your tints, because chances are you're gonna be able to use them for watercolor. This is my Hanamula. For some reason, I was taking out stuff so I could put it back in my new room, and then I was like, oh my god, I'll bet this tin looks pretty good for my porcelain watercolors. So I tried them out, and bam, they fit perfectly, right? The set only comes with 6. However, it does come with an empty, remember, an empty ceramic. These are my tonic watercolors coming in a ceramic pan. And I said, oh my god, I said the 6 of them fit perfect. Let me take them out. Maybe because I do have the 7th one that it came empty, and I ended up putting in like a really nice shimmery watercolor from Daniel Smith, all 15mm, and it has shrunk a little bit. So my guess said that it would take more than 15 mil. It's probably probably like around 20 to 25 mil, I would expect, on this little. So they are worth it. I bought mine for $90, but which I was like, oh, but then when you think about it, it's like 15-ish, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, yeah, around $15. But it is worth it because it's around 20, I would say 25mm of watercolor in here, because it shrinks, so it's a lot of watercolor. So I decided to take that off, since that was not part of the original set, and I would get it because I don't want to carry it in, like, it doesn't fit in here. I was gonna put it here, but I was like, no, because what if it breaks? And I like the ceramic. The whole thing about this was it's round, and the little ceramic, they're so cute. So I am gonna put these down when I find my double-sided tape that I tend to use for watercolors, and they'll be erased a little bit. But it's perfect, and I just kept this so I could keep the information of permanent yellow, signal yellow, federal red, pinacridone magenta, and ultramarine and phthalo. I do believe this is phthalo. It might be ultramarine. I'm not sure, but I do believe this is ultramarine. This for whatever reason, this one always like cracked. I'm not sure why, but it's not crumbly. It's just cracked. I don't know. The rest are okay. But yeah, I thought, I'm like, oh my god, they fit perfect. So when I make my swatch card, I'm just gonna make here. For now, they're gonna stay like this. They have come up with a new color that I like, but until they make that in, because they have it in tubes, but I don't want to, like this is a range that I'm actually gonna stay like this for a while, because I like the little bind them and the little ceramic thing, and individually they're kind of expensive. So I think I'm gonna buy another one whenever they have it available. And this, they do have a white and black in the ceramics available, but I don't like to do black or white. White, it doesn't exist for me unless it's gouache. It's very rare when I like a white that is, yeah, because they're translucent, and in watercolor, it's my enemy. I'm sorry. I do like buff titanium, however. But so I am gonna put this down, and I just feel like this is perfect, and doesn't take so much space, and I just love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now it has a little space that I could actually, they do sell half pans, and they're not very expensive. They're like $6. So I could do that, but I don't want to. I like I said, I like the thing. So we're gonna play with these since it's World Watercolor Month. So, but in reality, we're testing this. We're not gonna make anything. We're just gonna make some gradient. We already know this is cellulose paper, and it is double-sided. So I want to see how that works, right? It is double-sided. Oh yeah, so this one's more rough than this is more hot press. Cool, 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 cool. And so far, Grabie stuff has knocked it out of the park, you guys. So yeah, that's kind of where we at. I'm not gonna use this brush. I actually wet it because this is one of my Escoda Ultimo from David Taylor, and it needed to get even out, so I had to re-wet it completely. And this takes like a whole day in the summer, and it'll take a few days in the winter. So they're very puffed. They're synthetic. Some of them are not synthetic. They're synthetic blend, but I do think this one's synthetic, and it's 18 round. It's really nice. But we're not gonna use that one. We are gonna use its buddy, which is the Escoda Prado, also number 12 round, and this one's definitely synthetic because it has more of a, yeah. So Escoda are my favorite brushes, in case you don't know. Now you know. Now you know. Let me get a little sip of my tea. I hope you guys are having a good midweek. Mine is a lot better now. I'm finally focusing on my stepdad is a lot better, almost in good, in the exact condition like I had seen him on the 1st of July, but it's almost the end of the July, so I tell him he has to kind of, start to get healthier, but he is feeling a lot better. A lot better. So we're just gonna create, I usually like to create gradients, and then I go back and then I make them into mixed media, and I have not done that. So we're just gonna make a gradient, and then we're gonna call it good. Because I have been bad this World Watercolor Month. But yeah, I do have a few surprises coming up. Ooh, stuff that I bought. So one of them is actually not getting here until September, which is it's okay. But yeah, I'm like, all right. So we are just we're gonna use all of these, but actually let me make we're gonna make I want to see, we're gonna mix them basically. We're gonna mix them, okay? I'm one of those, if you're ever wondering, oh damn, how does she mix? I don't ever mix on the side. Ever. I'm really bad. I have a mind of my own, and I like to mix on paper, which it's a no-no, but I don't care, because I do whatever I want. It's my guys, I was born in the 80s, and I don't know why it's like for whatever reason, like the stuff that it was going on. Oh, by the way, for you guys yesterday, but for me it's today, Ozzy Osbourne passed away at 76. He said goodbye to this wonderful earth that's been good to him. But say I like to mix on here. Yeah, but for some reason I have been like in my head, for whatever reason, I wanna like recite 80s type of music. Oh, this is Halo. Oops. I'm gonna switch it right now. This is definitely Halo. Then I'll show you guys how you can mix it. So it's the ultramarine that is, yeah, this is, so I'm gonna switch to this. Halo is my last color. There we go. So this is, if you're ever in doubt, Halo is actually an inky, and ultramarine is this, and you will know because when it mix, it's overpowering. But ultramarine will actually mix very nicely. So see, we made a color wheel. Yay! So to this color wheel, you're like, I want to know how does, now in this, be careful with the yellows because you will make mud if you can mix it, but don't ever be afraid. If necessary, make mud because it will teach you something. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put these like this, like a little gradient. I think that one mixed a little bit with the Halo or something. And like I said, I'm okay with it because it's not like, you know, it's just watercolor, you guys. Have fun. Don't take it so seriously. This is the reason that you probably tune into my channel. Because it's fun. Because I'm fun. Hell yeah, I'm fun. Because I don't take myself seriously when it comes to this. You saw how I messed up on the last video. Did you see me sweat? Hell no. I accidentally pressed the stop button. I did, you guys. That was an actual accident. And I fixed it. And I like how it came out. You as a viewer, you might, sometimes I don't like what people, I'm like, oh, why did they do that? But then I ask myself, it's not my painting, it's their painting. If they like it like that, fine. I don't have to like it. You as an artist are the ones that have to like your stuff. If somebody else don't like it, then they don't like it. Oh well. But you're the one has to like it. See? Isn't that wonderful? I love. So I think, yeah. So what I normally do is like, okay, how do I mix this phthalo into, let's say, this red, right? I want to see how it mixes, right? I just kind of go into it like this. Oh, it just makes it darker. Boom. You could write it down. I normally don't write it down. I just, because I play around with it. That's all. So it's the same thing. Ultramarine is always the one that you always want to mix. So it's like you get this yellow. Oh, that was not ultramarine. That was phthalo actually. Oopsie. So see, phthalo is overpowering. So it doesn't really. It didn't make mud, but it doesn't. It's inky. That's what that is. It's inky. And then this beautiful one, I'm just gonna mix it with this ultramarine, and it makes like a greenish type with both blues. And with phthalo it makes a lighter, and with ultramarine makes more of a, yeah. That's why I said be careful with the yellows. Now let's see. I'm just gonna keep the magentas and the. Did you see over here? This ultramarine and this red made that purple, similar to the magenta, but it was a different, more like a violet. Yeah, and you just kind of have fun. See, look at. Ooh, I love my sprinkles. See how, oh look you guys, it made that green that I was telling you about. See, I told you. So with the phthalo here, it made it a little bit more grassy. With this one, it's more moody. See, told you. And that's all we're gonna do today, because I just wanted to come out here and have some fun. I really do like these watercolors. Now, like I said, $90 or $95. I spent $90. They give you the pours, but it is a lot of watercolor. So if you ever were to buy these, I would advise you, this is a mixing set. I would advise you not to buy any more. Like they give you the 7th one that I put Daniel Smith, a shimmering Daniel Smith on. But I wouldn't advise you to buy more, just because this is a lot of watercolor. And honestly, you don't need that much. And it, like, to be honest with you, I'm all about, oh, I wanna, to play around with bigger sets, yes. Like the Kiri, that's why we play around with the Kirikaki, the Keisho, all that stuff. Even though I have them in 2 different sets. I have like a gouache set and like a regular watercolor. But these are so powerful, and they mix so well, and they will teach you how to mix. I just showed you, and stuff like that, and they're really pretty colors. And usually when they give you a mixing set, they only give you like, well, 3 and 3, like a cool, whatever, a cool and a warm. But I feel like the phthalo can do a lot. And then the little extra pan that I decided to put a shimmering, but you might decide to put another color that it's mixable. So and yeah, they are transparent watercolors. And actually I show you the watercolors because but look how good they perform on this. And I knew this Grabie, even though this is 100% cellulose, it must be a really good cellulose paper, because look how bright and stuff it really looks. And like this is what I mean when these are artist grade, and that's why you pay a price for them. This is what I've learned over the years, and I will tell you the same thing. If you pay for an artist grade, it doesn't matter the paper. Watercolor artists will tell you that paper matters, but I've learned that paper does not matter when it comes to good, very good artist grade watercolors. They would perform no matter what on any surface. Cellulose, 25% cotton, 50% cotton, 100% cotton, from the okay cotton all the way to Arches, Fabriano, you name it. The only difference is that they would be more brighter on like the Arches, Fabriano, all those that are, you know, Sennelier, but they will perform well. And this is why people are buying these. And I hesitated at first, but then I was like, you know what, I like the porcelain, I like the amount, it's a large amount, and then they give you the extra one. Granted, in my view, humble view, they should have said, okay, we're giving you a 7th empty one, but we would give it to you for free. Which other color from the range do you want us to pour in there, or send you the tubes, because it's probably more than one, and then send it to you, and then you'll be able to pour it. That's what I would have done as it's a thank you, because they're pricey on the porcelain one, you know. But this is why Daniel Smith watercolors are very sought after. This is why when I was very new into watercolor, this is the stuff that I would do, and Daniel Smith watercolors just blew me out of the water, because I didn't have to fizzle everything that people say about watercolors, that they, you know, the core, or you know, which I don't have any of those or anything like that. I didn't encounter any of that. Even some of the Paul Rubens that I did fiddle with those, with the artist grade ones. A 12 range that I got, and then I decided to give them another try. I tried different ones, and I noticed there was a difference, and especially their tube range, it's so good. But this is what I did with the Daniel Smith, and every time I would do it on any type of surface, because I used a lot of cellulose to practice in my very first year and a half to 2 years actually. And then I started building up with the cotton, because I wouldn't go out of my way. I was like, hell no, if I'm gonna practice, I'm gonna practice on cellulose. And this is what I learned, and I said to myself, if the watercolor, the artist grade watercolor is good enough, it's gonna be good enough in any surface. And sure enough, Daniel Smith always performed above its peers in any type of cellulose. And I would like, I didn't do scrubbing on here, but I would literally scrub and scrub and scrub. And this is where I noticed that a lot of paper, even the cotton ones, they would start to peel. But I was like, ooh. And it's because you keep scrubbing to lift. And I would, the Daniel Smith, yeah, they would immediately like do something like this. So when people say like, oh, I couldn't do this or I couldn't do that, I was like, what are you talking about? Like, my stuff performed really well, and I ended up with Daniel Smith because they were on sale, and you know, and that's how I started. But I didn't start with Daniel Smith, but Daniel Smith was, I do believe, my first artist grade watercolors, like right off the bat. And I, you know, I do like I said, once you try a few artist grade watercolors, it's really hard to go back to student grade. I have student grade, but I rarely pick them up. I usually pick them up because I want to play around and do other things with them that I like don't care. But I, you know, to practice and do something like that, yeah, I pick up artist grade. And when I want to taste how good cellulose paper or cotton, yeah, this, I will say whatever cellulose paper they put, Grabie. Like I said, Grabie for the win this year. Oh my God, they've been knocking it out of the park. My God. And I knew I was not going to be disappointed. So when I saw this, I'm like, let me make this video. And sure enough, I started putting my watercolors on here. And yeah, so I will find another tin when I get another and then I'll put the 7th one that I have in there, so I'll have 8. But until then, you know, this is what it says. I'll see you guys in another video. Take care.